What's up, everybody, and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be answering all of your questions on patellar tendonitis and jumper's knee. So if you have a question that you would like answered, do me a favor and right now, like this video and leave your question down below in the comment section so that I can answer it in my next video. What's up, everybody? Nathanael Morton here with NathanaelMorton.com, helping you build an unstoppable body and mind. And in today's video, I'm going to be answering all of your questions on patellar tendonitis and jumper's knee. Now, I have already helped hundreds, if not thousands of people heal their patellar tendonitis and their jumper's knee. I have made countless videos on YouTube on this topic. I have even created a YouTube playlist on anything that you would ever need to know about patellar tendonitis and jumper's knee. And I will link that down below in the description for you. And now, as of January 2020, I have even created my very own knee program on how to heal patellar tendonitis called Indestructible Knees, that will take you from where you are right now, no matter where you are right now. If you cannot even play your sport without pain, if you can't squat without pain, if you cannot even walk up and down stairs without pain, get up out of a chair, sit in a chair for long periods of time without pain, no matter where you are and what condition your knees are in right now, my program, Indestructible Knees, will take you from where you are to healthy, strong, pain-free knees by the end of the program. Link will be in the description for you. But okay, let's jump into the questions. First question. And by the way, I'm getting these questions from Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram at Nathanael Morton and you respond to my story, that is exactly where I'm getting these questions from. And I will feature them on a YouTube video just like this. Or just comment down below. I'll answer your question that way as well. And if you tag 3 people on any one of my Instagram posts, I will send you a free weight training vertical jump program that you can do to increase your vertical jump and become more explosive. Once you fix your knees, of course. Okay, let's get into it. First question, how long will it take to cure patellar tendonitis? Listen, this is probably the question that I get the most often. How long will it take to cure patellar tendonitis? And this is a loaded question because it depends how far your knees have degenerated into the stages of patellar tendinopathy. And we might as well clear that up as well. When we are talking about patellar tendonitis and jumper's knee, it is not actually called patellar tendonitis. It is called patellar tendinopathy. What you are suffering from, the thing that is messing with your knees that doesn't allow you to run and jump and squat and walk up and down stairs and get up out of chairs or sit for long periods of time without pain. You are dealing with you are dealing with patellar tendinopathy. Patellar tendonitis, itis, means inflammation. And contrary to popular belief, there actually is not much inflammation with patellar tendinopathy, what you are dealing with your knees. Patellar tendinopathy means the degeneration of the tendons in your knees. The collagen fibers within the tendons of your knees are degenerating, and that is what you are dealing with. So within this video, I'm going to use patellar tendonitis, jumper's knee, and patellar tendinopathy interchangeably. It doesn't matter what we call them. How do we fix it, right? So how long will it take to cure patellar tendinopathy or patellar tendonitis or jumper's knee? The answer is this. If you just recently hurt your knees and you are just now noticing the pain, it's going to take 2 to 4 weeks to heal your knees. You are in what is called reactive tendinopathy. You are reacting to the overload on your knees. You either went too hard, let's say you played too long in basketball, you did a squat too heavy, you did something that overloaded your knees, and that caused reactive tendinopathy, okay? Or you did too much training too often. So you didn't give your knees enough time to rest and recover before you went and hit them again. So you went and played basketball on Saturday. Then you did squats Sunday morning. Then you played basketball again Sunday night. Then you had practice on Monday. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, you're beating your knees up. You don't give them time to recover. Then you go from reactive tendinopathy, which is going to take 2 to 4 weeks to heal, you degenerate a little bit farther into tendon disrepair. So think about yourself. How long have you been dealing with this problem? How long have your knees hurt? If you are just starting to notice that your knees hurt, you are probably in the first stage, reactive tendinopathy. It will take 2 to 4 weeks for your knees to heal with the right stretching, with the right rest and recovery, and with the right exercises. At this point, you don't even really need exercises. You need rest, you need recovery, and you need the right stretching, okay? That will help you get back in 2 to 4 weeks, okay? And if you have beat them up more, if you have been feeling this knee pain for a while now, you have slid down into degenerative, what is it called? Tendon disrepair, okay? There's so many phrases and names. You went from reactive tendinopathy down to tendon disrepair, and that will take you 1 to 3 months to heal, okay? You felt the knee pain, but then you kept playing basketball, you kept squatting, you kept beating your knees up, you slid down into tendon disrepair. 1 to 3 months. Let's say you've been feeling your knee pain for over a year or up to 5 years, okay? Some people, this messes with them for a long time. Let's say you've had knee pain for a long, long time, 6 months to a year. Then you have slid down into the worst stage, which is called degenerative tendinopathy. Now, don't freak out when I say worst stage. I was personally in the worst stage, okay? I was there. I was once there. And I've healed my knees up. They are now strong, healthy, and pain-free. Okay, so when you slide down into degenerative tendinopathy, it is going to take you 3 or more months to recover. So that's why this is a loaded question. How long will it take for me to cure patellar tendonitis? It is going to take, if you're in the reactive phase, 2 to 4 weeks. If you're in tendon disrepair, 1 to 3 months. And if your knees have been hurting for a long time and you keep squatting, you keep training, you keep playing basketball, you keep playing your sport, it's going to take you 3 or more months of the right stretching and rehabilitation to come back. But that's okay because I'm here and I'm here to help. I have everything that you need to know on my channel about patellar tendonitis. Moving on to question number 2. I have pain while squatting. Should I still squat? Now listen, let's categorize everything into this one question because I get a lot of these similar questions as well. I have pain while running. Should I still run? I have pain while playing basketball or volleyball. Should I still play my sport? I have pain while doing front flips over cars. Should I still do front flips over cars? Listen, the absolute best thing for you to do to heal your knees is to stop the activity that is overloading your knees. I want you to know that because I'm going to tell you the opposite answer in a second. The best thing for you to do to heal your knees is to stop doing what is overloading your knees. Something is overloading your knees. If you have pain while squatting, chances are squats are overloading your knees. You are either doing too much weight or you are doing it too often, which if you're squatting, it's probably too much weight. Maybe you're doing some basketball, maybe you're doing other leg work. I don't know what you're doing, but something is overloading your knees. And it doesn't have to be, listen, squats, let's say you're squatting 315 pounds, 315, and it hurts your knees. Yet 6 months ago, 315 pounds didn't squat your knees. So your question is, well, how does that overload my knees? I used to be able to do it without pain. Listen, your knees have degenerated to a point where 315 pounds is now too much for your knees to handle. So now that I've gotten that out of the way and I've let you know that the best thing for you to do is to stop doing what is overloading your knees, stop squatting, stop running, stop playing basketball, stop doing flips over cars. That is the best thing for you to do. However, when I healed my knees, I was not willing to stop squatting. I was not willing to stop playing basketball. I played basketball in 3 leagues at the time. I was not willing to stop my training or my sports or my activities. And I still healed my knees, okay? But here's what you need to do. To continue training while you heal your knees, to continue playing basketball or your sport or flipping over cars while you heal your knees, here's what you need to do. Number 1, you need to fix the contributing factors to patellar tendonitis, okay? So there's 8, okay? There's 8 contributing factors. Number 1, tight calves. I'm sorry, number 1, and who cares about the order? Number 1 is decreased range of dorsiflexion, okay? So in if you don't have good ankle mobility, that has been linked to patellar tendonitis in basketball and volleyball players. So you need to do ankle mobility work, specifically dorsiflexion drills, okay? Number two, the second contributing factor is tight calves, in which you just need to stretch your calves. Then we have tight hamstrings. You need to stretch your hamstrings. And I'm not talking about little stretches. I stretch for an hour a day. An hour a day at night. I do a hamstring stretch for 10 minutes. I do the couch stretch for 10 minutes. I do the 90-90 stretch for 10 minutes. I do dorsiflexion drills for 5 minutes. I do the Jefferson curl, which is also hamstrings, for 5 minutes. I ain't playing around when it comes to stretching. So you need to fix the contributing factors, increase your dorsiflexion and your ankle mobility, increase the flexibility of your calves, or more like decreasing the tightness in your calves, decrease the tightness of your hamstrings, decrease the tightness of your quads. Then we have weak glutes are a contributing factor, so you need to strengthen your glutes with exercises like mini band glute bridges, and clams with a mini band, monster walks with a mini band. You could do barbell hip thrust. You could do lateral side steps with a mini band, okay? But fix your glutes. Make sure you have strong glutes by doing those exercises. And once again, I have a playlist down there. It'll take you through a bunch of routines that have exercises in there to help your glutes and your knees and your quads, your VMO, your hamstrings, everything like that, okay? So weak glutes, that's number 5. Number 6 is wrong jumping technique. So you need to fix your wrong jumping technique. And a lot of people have the problem that, especially if you're a 2-foot jumper and your quads, you're quad dominant, you might have extremely strong quads. If you have extremely strong quads, then your hamstrings and your glutes could be lacking behind, and that could have something to do with your wrong jumping wrong jumping technique. And you need to strengthen your hamstrings and strengthen your quads. So to make things simple, you basically need to decrease tightness in every muscle in your leg, and you need to increase strength in every muscle in your leg. That pretty much sums up patellar tendonitis right there. But anyways, moving on. So number 6 was wrong jumping technique. Number 7, I haven't looked at these for a long time. Number 7 is wrong foot alignment. So your foot should be straight, especially when you're doing athletic movements. If your feet are turned out, when you're doing like a defensive slide in basketball, that could lead to it. And number 8 is low hip mobility. Number 8 is low hip mobility, which if you do the couch stretch, if you're doing certain dorsiflexion drills that also work your hips, that will help with your hip mobility. So ankle mobility, hip mobility, increase the strength of your legs and decrease the tightness in your legs, and you will eliminate all the contributing factors to patellar tendonitis and jumper's knee. So once again, I have routines down on my channel in the playlist, links in the description. I even have that program that will tell you every single set rep exercise to do from here until you fix your knees. You need to either go look at my channel or get the program or do whatever you're gonna do, but start doing the proper stretches and exercises that are going to fix those contributing factors. Okay, so number 1 was the contributing factors. If the contributing factors do not work for you, which they will help most people, this right here will eliminate 95% of everybody who has patellar tendonitis and jumper's knee. Mainly, it's the stretching. 1 hour of stretching a night, and you'll be able to pretty much eliminate all your knee problems, okay? And then if you strengthen them on top of that, boom, patellar tendonitis is gone. You don't have to get my program. You could unsubscribe. Literally, my job is done, okay? So contributing factors. If you are part of the 5% that it does not work, you have fixed all the contributing factors, you have increased your flexibility, you have decreased all the tightness, you have gotten stronger, and you still have knee pain. At that point, you need to stop doing what is overloading your tendons, okay? So, oh wait, there's one in between that. You can lessen the weight of the squats. Should I squat still? You can decrease the load to a load that your tendons can handle. So your tendons might not be able to handle 315 pounds, but they might be able to handle 135. So you start basically back from the basics. Start the basics, decrease the load. If you're playing basketball, decrease the time that you're playing basketball. Sometimes it's hard, especially I know some people are in season right now, but that's number 2. Contributing factors, fix all of them, and then decrease the load. If these 2 things don't work, I am sorry, but you're going to have to stop squatting. You are going to have to stop doing what is overloading your tendons, okay? So if squats hurt your tendons and you've already done everything you could do, you've already decreased the load and your knees still hurt, you got to stop squatting until you fix your knees, you do those routines, you strengthen your knees, you decrease all the tightness, you do everything like that. Then you build your way back up slowly but surely. Start with bodyweight squats, then add 5 pounds the next week, then add 10 pounds the next week. Literally start from the bottom. Build a strong foundation and then go from there. So those are the 3 things you could do, but if I were you, the best thing to do is to stop and do proper rehab. But what I did and what I actually recommend to a lot of people who don't want to stop is just do those 3 things and you'll be able to fix them. Question number 3, will ice help my patellar tendonitis? I'm going to give you guys all my secrets because ice doesn't really do that much because it is not patellar tendonitis that we are dealing with. It is patellar tendinopathy, degeneration of the tendons. However, I still used ice when my knees were really, really bad. In the beginning stages, when I was all the way down in the gutter, I still used ice. And here's what I did. If I ever played in a basketball game or had a really heavy squat session or did anything that really hurt my knees, here's what I did. I immediately did 5 minutes on an exercise bike, which I have one right here. So I kind of have, listen, we are in my house. Like, this is where I live. Like, if I turn the camera that way, my girlfriend is she's meal prepping for tomorrow. Okay, so I have the luxury of having this exercise bike in my house with this gym. Actually, this exercise bike is like $100, so you could get it if you wanted to. But anyways, I don't want to go too far off the path. Here's what I would do. If I have a basketball game or squats or anything that really hurt my knees, I would do 5 minutes on my exercise bike. Then I would do the couch stretch for 2 minutes each leg. I would do the 90-90 stretch for 2 minutes each leg. I would do a hamstring stretch for 2 minutes each leg. I would do a quad stretch, 2 minutes each leg. And then I would do an ice bath. I would get 2 big 22-pound bags of ice from the gas station, literally any gas station, 2 big bags of ice. I would do an ice bath for 10 to 15 minutes. Then I would drain the tub and I would turn on hot water and I would do a hot bath and move around my knees and my ankles and my hips to loosen everything back up. So exercise bike, 5 minutes, stretching, quad stretch, calf stretch. I think I missed the calf stretch last time. Quad stretch, calf stretch, couch stretch, hamstring stretch, 90-90 stretch. There's 5 of them that I would do 2 minutes each leg. Then get in an ice bath, 10 to 15 minutes. Then drain the tub, do a warm bath, 10 to 15 minutes as you move around your body and loosen up your joints again in the warm bath. And then another tip, pro tip, have warm clothes ready for you when you get out of the tub because you're still going to be a little bit cold. So have some sweatpants and a hoodie ready and you'll be good to go. But that is the only icing that I did. After a while, I didn't need to use ice anymore because I was doing the routines that I have down below in the description. Free routines on this channel for any tendonitis that you need to heal. Okay, but that's what I did for ice. Next question. What are the best supplements for knee pain? I literally have a full video. I will also put that link in the description. I have a full video on the best supplements for knee pain. But the best supplements for knee pain are, sorry, I have something in my eye. Best supplements for knee pain are vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams. So vitamin C, glucosamine chondroitin, and I actually don't know the recommended amount on that. I'll put it up on the screen right here because I cannot think of it off the top of my head. And fish oil, okay? And what I did was I would do 3 tablets of fish oil and a teaspoon of liquid fish oil in my recovery drink, which you don't have to get the recovery drink, but I also used a recovery drink, which was basically glutamine and leucine, which glutamine helps you recover. It helps your muscles not be that sore. It will help recover your tendons, especially if you take it right before bed. And leucine is just the branched chain amino acid to stimulate protein synthesis and help you build muscle. But vitamin C, glucosamine, chondroitin, and fish oil, and glutamine if you want to get fancy. Included means like 10 bucks. So anyways, next question. Why do my knees always crack and creak when I am doing exercises? So if your knees crack and creak, that is most of the time just pressure moving within the joints. Okay, when you're moving your joints, it's just pressure bubbles moving within your joints. So as long as it is not accompanied by severe pain, then cracking and creaking is not a bad thing. Okay, it's just natural. It's just what happens in your knees. Next question. Is it okay to wear knee braces or patellar tendon straps? It is okay to wear braces and straps at first. At first. If you need to wear a patellar tendon strap when you have a basketball game, or you need to wear a knee brace while you walk around at work, then I would do so. However, if you follow the proper exercise regimen and stretching routine, you're not going to need to use these braces or straps any longer. And you should stop eventually using these braces and straps, because you are basically teaching your knees that they have that extra support all the time when they really don't. Your knees don't have that extra support. So whenever you don't have those on, your knees are going to be like, what the heck is going on? Why are we so unstable? So if you train your knees without the straps, you teach them that we need to build up our own internal support through our bones, tendons, ligaments, and joints. Okay, we need to build our own support. So it is okay at first, but eventually I would stop using them. Next question. Do certain shoes cause patellar tendonitis? Actually, yes. Let me get something real quick. This right here is called a slant board, okay? I use this slant board for eccentric squats, for one-leg eccentric squats, for calf stretching, okay? This is a great tool if you have patellar tendonitis. Link will be down in the description for this. This is like 55 bucks. However, don't spend your money on it. You can literally just get a piece of wood and slant it up on a dumbbell. Okay, so if you don't want to spend money on this, don't. You can literally take any flat surface, slant it on something, and voila, slanted board. What was my point? Literally, what was my point? Hold on. Oh, do certain shoes cause patellar tendonitis? Yes. So when you do slow eccentric squats, you are standing on this doing a slow eccentric squats. You are literally giving your tendons no room to hide, because when you elevate your heels, you are placing all of the pressure right there on your patellar tendons. So they have no room to hide. If you walk around in shoes with an elevated heel, some of those shoes that have the big bubble in the back, you are literally putting pressure on your tendons as you walk throughout the entire day. So yes, do not get shoes, or do not wear shoes that have an elevated heel, because they're literally going to have your tendons screaming all throughout the day. Okay, so that is that. Yes, certain shoes do cause them. Shoes that you're looking for, just get a flat bottom shoe. If you want to see the shoes that I have on right now, they're dirty. They're my gym teaching shoes, but these, this heel, I would not consider this an elevated heel, okay? Let me get a couple shoes, actually. Okay, so I have 3 different shoes here. Shoe number 1, the shoe that I showed you. This will not hurt your knees, okay? This will, and your knees might hurt while you're walking around in any shoes, but this is not going to further hurt your knees more than they already are, okay? I don't even know what this shoe's called. Just Roshi? I don't know. I'm not a huge shoe guy. Some of you out there are like, you nerd. Anyways, you're the nerd, you shoe freak. Okay, second shoe. This is the Adidas. I don't know what it's called. This is an Adidas shoe. Notice the bottom is flat. Okay, the bottom is flat. These also do not hurt my knees. However, this shoe right here, popular shoe, looks really cool. This will hurt your knees. This literally, the air bubble in the back, this has an elevated heel. There's really not much support, and not to mention, I got a hole in it from playing basketball in them one time. Somebody challenges you one-on-one, and you're like, nah, I don't got the right shoes. And then they're like, Michael Jordan would never back down to no challenge. Name that movie. It's called Like Mike, with a little bow wow. Anyways, these will hurt your knees. So there you go for shoes. Do not wear shoes with an elevated heel. I've spent too much time on this question, so next question. How much should I stretch before and after the game to avoid knee pain? Before the game, you should really do more of a dynamic warm-up. If you want to go through one round of the stretches, you can hit those stretches. Little hamstring stretch, couch stretch, calf stretch, 90-90 stretch and quad stretch, about a minute each leg, but then get a dynamic warm-up, okay? You want to be warmed up before your game. And then after, I told you what I do after. After your game, if you're going to do the ice routine, then I would do 2 minutes per side for all those 5 stretches before you get into the ice bath. And if you can't ice bath, you can also put ice packs on your knees. But after your game, I would literally stretch for an hour. Every single day, I would stretch for an hour. Like, I know a lot of you don't have time out there, but it is worth it, at least until you fix your knees. Okay, I've fixed my knees, and I still stretch for an hour. If you want to fix your knees, stretch for an hour. Once they feel better, then you can dial it down to 2 minutes per side. Okay, so that's how much you should stretch before and after your game. Next question. How can you prevent jumper's knee? Listen, this is a very good question. The way that you prevent jumper's knee, you don't have jumper's knee yet, but you don't want to get it. The way that you prevent jumper's knee is by progressive overloading slowly, okay? Especially on weight training exercises. If you can, progressive overload slowly on your sporting activities as well, on your running as well, on your front flips over cars as well. Just do 1 more flip the next time. Don't do 10 more flips, okay? But seriously, if you are squatting, let's say, and you're doing 315 pounds, the next week, do 320 pounds. A good rule of thumb is only adding 5 pounds each week. So on Monday, you do squats, 315. On Thursday, you do squats. If I were you, I would do a different form of squat, maybe lighter weight, more explosive, or just don't go above 315. But the next week comes around, you could do 320 pounds. And that seems boring, but after 10 weeks, by doing 5 pounds each week, you will literally have increased your squat 50 pounds. Okay, so it seems like it's not that much. However, it adds up. Okay, and then you take 5, multiply it by 52 weeks in a year. After a year, you are like 260 more pounds heavier than you were doing. So it's actually fine. It sounds boring, but this is the way to build a strong foundation. Listen, guys, your tendons adapt to training stimulus 3 to 4 times slower than your muscles. This is why you have to progressive overload so slowly, because your muscles could be getting stronger. You could be doing more weight. You're like, why not do more weight? I can squat heavier than that. However, if you keep going up and up and up by more than 5 pounds each week, your tendons won't be able to keep up because they adapt to training stimulus 3 to 4 times slower, so they will be lagging and falling behind and falling behind and falling behind, and they will start to degenerate because your muscles are getting so strong, but their tendons cannot keep up with that load, that heavy load on the squats or basketball or volleyball or front flips over cars. So progressive overload slowly is how you prevent jumper's knee in the future. Also, you have to stretch. Literally, you have to stretch. Those 5 stretches that I've given you, that is the way to prevent most tendonitis or tendinopathy. Okay, moving on. Next question. Can you send the vertical jump body weight program? That is not about patellar tendonitis. However, if you want a free body weight vertical jump program, comment jump down below in this comment section, and I will send that to you for free. Next question. On the top of the affected area, I have a bit of pain. Otherwise, your jumping knee program is giving me the best results. Okay, so that's more of a statement than a question. On the top of the affected area, I have a bit of pain. Otherwise, your jumping knee program is giving me the best results. So that's a good thing. However, if you continue the training, you continue my programs, they will eventually, your knees will be fine. Make sure you're doing eccentric squats, slow and controlled, 3 sets of 10. Make sure you are stretching an hour a day. Make sure you're foam rolling, and make sure you have fixed all those contributing factors to patellar tendonitis. But anyways, guys, those are all the questions that I have for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Everything that you need to know, the links will be in the description for that. Remember that I am now coming out with a program called Indestructible Knees. It will be available January 2020. It's going to be $50. However, the first week of January for the new year, I'm going to put it on sale for like 15 bucks. So make sure that you get it when it first comes out in that week. Other than that, guys, take action, because action is everything. Knowledge is not power. It is only potential power until you take action on what you know. The way that you get results in your life is to take the knowledge that you have and apply it into your life so that you actually get the benefit from it. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you leave your questions down below, and I will feature them in the next video on patellar tendonitis or vertical jump. And I will see you guys next time.